Welcome to Zoe Outreach Ministries, where we are advancing the kingdom by growing from spiritual infancy to spiritual maturity and duplicating the process in others. Today's exhortation is establishing kingdom citizenship from Brother James Horne. Let's listen in to see how we can enjoy and know our kingdom citizenship. God bless you. Here's Brother James. Enjoy.
Good morning. This is Brother James. I'm going to be presenting a word of exhortation. Hopefully, it'll give you some motivation on this Monday to change it from being into a mundane mindset. I'll be talking about establishing citizenship, and the scripture that I'll be referring to is Ephesians chapter 1, verses 3 through 14. There are many countries that make up the world. Each country has a certain style of living, cultures, and customs that make them desirable or undesirable places to live, especially from the viewpoints of non-citizens. For individuals to be a citizen of a specific country, they must meet certain requirements. If an individual was born in that country, they're automatically declared a citizen. If an individual was not born in that country, citizenship can be granted by going through a naturalization process. This process is carried over out of a period of time in which individuals must learn about the country, its principles, its cultures and customs, and eventually citizenship. This can take a long time, sometimes even years, to accomplish. Sometimes individuals flee from their country of citizenship to obtain citizenship in other countries due to possibly having a chance of having a better life. When this occurs, these individuals may not always be granted access and can be deported. Others may be granted a temporary stay or asylum for establishing citizenship by a certain deadline. While in asylum, these individuals have some of the same rights and they can experience benefits such as working and living in that country while waiting on their citizen status to be determined. Things can be positive or negative during this stage due to laws, legal proceedings, and how one represents and vouches on their behalf. There are a lot of freedoms associated with this country that have come on behalf of human bloodshed. The sacrifice of those lives granted American freedoms such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These are some freedoms that other countries do not have. In the beginning of time, God found and formed the earth. He had this same concept in mind. Citizenship is not something that's just offered on earth. God made this available to us on earth and in heaven. Paul reveals this to us in the scripture text that I referred to in Ephesians 1. God has predestined us unto the adoption of children by Jesus Christ. God sees us as his own and is pleased with us just as he is with his son, Christ. By being adopted, we are afforded the specific rights and benefit God has predestined for us at the time he created the world. He sees us as holy, and we have an ambassador that speaks and intercedes for us on our behalf, and that's Jesus, the high priest. There was also some bloodshed to obtain these freedoms, just as with the Americans. God sent his son to give us the opportunity to dwell with him. And this is validated through John chapter 3, verse 16. When Jesus came, he died for us. He hung on a cross. His blood was shed. But he didn't stay dead. He arose just to show that we could be redeemed and accepted as long as we believe in him by the Father. Since we have been adopted and are viewed by God just as Christ, he can validate for us, intercede for us, because he experienced and bore some of the same sins, but he did not sin. So he could vouch for us on our behalf, but we must know him and introduce ourselves to him. This is validated in 1 Peter chapter 2, 9 through 10. We are chosen and considered a royal priesthood. We can proclaim the praises of him and our people of God, and we have obtained an inheritance as indicated in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 11. I'm glad that God took the opportunity to consider means of adopting me. This provides me the opportunity of being a citizen in his kingdom. By this being predestined for me by God, it also justified and glorified by him, according to Romans 8:28 through 30. I'm very thankful to him for this opportunity. This citizenship is also available to you. It provides abundant life, liberties on earth and in heaven, as well as love and happiness forever. You don't have to worry about rejection of your kingdom citizenship or not having access to your inheritance. Ephesians 1:13 and 14 validates this. It informs us that it's guaranteed. Just take a moment, review that scripture, apply it. Hopefully you'll get some motivation out of that to become a kingdom citizen. Thank you.